Alandria here. Today I am going to show a beginner levels note run for Abberration. I've just spawned in. I'm on a single player. I've jacked my movement speed for the purpose of this movie, but I want to do it on foot because I want to show noobs where these notes are in relation to each other. You can find a lot of stuff on Google, people showing you each specific location, but they won't show you where they are in connection to each other, especially if you're on foot. And I just walked through mushrooms, but it's not a problem. I don't think it'll kill me. Don't worry, don't lose faith. So anyways, the first one is right here. It's the blue ring right in the portal chamber towards the back. And you get 6 level ups right out of the gate. You haven't even done a thing. It's wonderful. I'm going to put everything into movement speed for the sake of this. So then you just head to the base of the ramp. If you were doing this for real, you'd have to be careful about animals, basilisks, raptors, ravagers, all that good stuff. And there it is. I am going to go into God mode at this point, just because what's the sense in dying here? So, but if you want to survive doing this regularly, you just gather a lot of plants, gather and eat berries and aquatic mushrooms, and that will keep you alive as you're walking along. Another good tip is to not run, just to walk. I never have the patience to do that, but if you're having problems with thirst, then that's the way to go. This is the other one. So you just walk up the ramp, keep going straight. It's right at the mouth of the tunnel, can't miss it. Bam. So right out of the gate, that is 13 or 14 as this goes. Level ups. I mean, you can't beat that. Those are 13 of the easiest levels you'll ever get. And then you just jump off this cliff or walk down around to the left of the portal chamber. And it's right here at the corner of this metal wall. There you go. If you were doing this regularly, I'd recommend you have to gather lots and lots of plants to eat berries and aquatic mushrooms with, so you're going to have a phenomenal amount of fiber. So why not craft a bunch of cloth hats as you're walking along? It'll let you use up your experience points and not let it waste, because you get a buff as you go along in your experience points as well. So you're just going and head to the left. You are heading to the exit out of the portal area. And it's right up here. This is the exit, and it'll be, I need to go up a little bit more. Oh, I passed it because I was going so fast. So yes, that's the exit. And right here. Can't beat that. So then, I'm going pretty fast enough as it is, so I'm just going to put this into health so that, there we go. Then, head up out of here. You can go left down to the river, or take a right up in here. That's kind of a dead end up in there. You'll hit some mushroom spores if you go too far, so if you do go down there, just keep that cliff on your right and just follow this up and you'll be all set. There's only one up here, but it is worth getting. So you just come right up, you follow that charge node right straight through and right past it. It'll be on the ground. Right there. There it is. So then just come over here. You can die or whatnot. I just normally jump off the cliff and use my inventory trick. Oops, gonna go too far. My movement speed might be jacked a little bit. Just a little. And then you come up here, this railway on the other side of this spoke, right there. Can't beat that. Let's see, how many level ups do we have so far? And then you zoom on down through here, go straight. River's over there. That takes you to the edge, to the blue zone edge. So you just want to go straight. Go right up this little ramp. You're using that ledge right there as a reference point. So when you've kind of gotten to this point where it meets, take a left. Just ignore the raptor that's nomming on me. There we go. So there's that. And then come back down here. Backtracking just a tad, that's the spoke over there that we just got. And then come down here. This is towards the blue zone edge. And there will be one right in here, right there. Just remember there's one in the middle of this little alcove with all the trees. It's being glitchy, I apologize. Come on, move for me. There we go. And then there's one right there. Can't beat that either. So then just keep moving forward. Come down to the bottom of this. And then go straight. And there's that rock right over there with a green backpack. Can't beat that. And then I'm just going to put these in. And keep on going. So this is the Redwood Grove, as I call it. To the left, beyond those cliffs, is the river, and right there is the blue zone edge. Here, I'll show you the blue zone edge. This view is so pretty. Right, I want to fall off here. Right here. Can't beat that view. Gorgeous. So yep. And then the grove of redwoods, which I always use as a reference. So then you just kind of go up here, and it's by this little rock, a little brown backpack. Sometimes it's pretty hard to spot. But there you go. So we went to the right of the grove this time. We went to the right. Now we want to go to the left cliff. This one right here. And there it is in the rocks. So at this point, you're probably a good half hour to an hour in on a regular server because you've, been walking normally and making hats and have to take care of your stamina. It's probably a good idea to make yourself a spear and kill things as you go along and get their meat and separate it in your inventory so that you can get rotten meat, spoiled meat very quickly. So because at this point we have a 73,000 experience buff, right? It'll be less than that if you're doing it on a official server. But so at this point, if you want to then go around and gather a bunch of berries and make narcotic, you can take advantage of your experience buff really well. I normally build a base right around here as well, so it's a great place to just end and use up your experience buff wisely before pressing forward, because the next areas are a little bit dangerous. So then I come in here. If you go down that way, that's the, if you follow that cliff and you follow the edge of Blue Zone, that will take you down to Blue Zone, down to the ramp that leads to Blue Zone. So now we're going to head left and go back up to the river. And you have two options. You can go, this is the river here. You can go left through that area, or you can go right up this little ramp here. And right here, just this very first little ledge and this first rock, There it is. This one is very hard to spot at nighttime, and there's oftentimes very dangerous things in here, so I don't recommend coming in here unless your buff is used up, because you will die. Then you come through and then you go to the left of the river, and there's like a little cave here with crystal in there. I'll show you the crystal. So I use that as a reference. And then just keep going. And there it is. And those are the major ones that I would use to start off on a beginner level, because the other ones, there's many all around, but the other ones are hard to get to and even more dangerous. There's many along the river and in the swamp, and so I would stick to that to begin with, and this is just kind of the areas that I build in, so the ones that I'm familiar with. How I found these was I just printed off from YouTube a list of all the coordinates of all the Explorer notes, and then went onto a single player, spawned in a GPS, and flew around and found each of them, and then just kind of mapped them out in my head, and as I've played, I've developed this note run. So, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if I've walked right by any that I don't know about. So, thank you much, and stay tuned.